viewers out there. It's time once again for Sports Orbit. My name is Alpha Acho, and on today's edition of the program, we'll start straight from the Super Eagles. Recall that yesterday, in that all important AFCON qualifier against Sierra Leone, the Super Eagles of Nigeria came out victorious in that one 3-2. It was Victor Osimhen scored twice in that game, while Kelechi Iheanacho finally scored the game that actually gave Nigeria all 3 points. And with that, Nigeria has booked a spot in next year's AFCON championship, which is scheduled to take place in Cote d'Ivoire. Well, interesting encounter it was in that one. All Nigeria actually needed in that match was just a point, but Super Eagles of Nigeria actually went out to take all 3 points. Well, for the continental competition, they defeated Sierra Leone 3-2 at the Samuel Kanyon Doe Stadium in Monrovia, Liberia, yesterday evening. Recall that Sierra Leone does not have a CAF approved stadium to play continental or international games. So, as a result of that, they had to play in neighboring Liberia at the Samuel Kanyon Doe Stadium. The stoppage time tapping from Kelechi Iheanacho was the most important goal in the match where the Super Eagles surrendered a two-goal lead. Recall that Super Eagles had gone 2 goals up before Sierra Leone actually leveled 2-2 in that match. And at that point, the match was almost going down to the wire. At the point, it seemed like Sierra Leone were going to get all 3 points in that one. If Sierra Leone had won that match, it would have been a difficult one for the Super Eagles coming back home. But that stoppage time tapping from Iheanacho was all they needed. Jose Pesero started the match with the attacking trio of Victor Osimhen, Samuel Chukwueze, and Moses Simon. He also preferred the backline pairing of Kenneth Emero and Semilore Ajayi as William Schultz Ekong was on the bench. The Eagles showed their intent in the early minutes of the game. Osimhen's header was only stopped by Ibrahim Sase, Sierra Leonean goalkeeper. Few minutes later, Chukwueze fired high and wide from the edge of the box after he was teed up. He then scoffed a big opportunity after Osimhen wrestled the ball off a defender to set him face to face with Sachet. Shortly, the early pressure paid for Nigeria as Osimhen pounced on a long ball and executed a perfect lob over the unrushing Sachet, who watched as the strike sailed into the empty net. So, good one for the Super Eagles of Nigeria for this very important victory. And one can only hope that preparations will start, in earnest, and all hands will be on deck so that the Super Eagles can do well when the AFCON comes around in January 2024. The host this time will be West African neighbors Cote d'Ivoire. Now to some other news where, of course, talking about the FA during the course of the weekend, many chapters of the Football Association held their elections, and for Benue State Philanthropies and founder of Rattle Sports Development, Barrister Paul Ede emerged as the new chairman of the Benue State FA after polling 29 votes to beat his opponent and former Flying Eagles coach Godwin, who pulled only one vote in the adjudged free and fair elective congress, which held at the weekend in Makurdi. Barrister Ede succeeded Right Honorable Margaret Ichen, who is now a board member of the NFF representing North Central, and decided not to seek re-election as the Benue FA chairman. Ede, in his acceptance speech shortly after oath-taking, reiterated his campaign promises to hit the ground running to return Benue State football to its glorious days in the country and beyond. He said his vision is for the State FA to run an investment-driven, self-sustaining and impactful football association committed to fair play, accountability and focus on grassroots football development in pursuit of FIFA, CAF and the NFF mandate. Ede immediately hit the ground running as promised by a personal donation of 10 million naira and a Sienna bus to BSFA. He said, I will increase investment in football development, more impact through the achievement of football development objectives, continued oversight to ensure that all funds are used responsibly. The FA board also betted two female clubs, Rattles FC of Abuja and Honey Badgers of Makudi, continued that data collection will be a significant feature of his administration A state as big as Benin, rich in football talent, should have a database where a list of football teams at grassroots level are grown to the FA with a click of the button. The FA should be able to know how each local FA and other member associations are farming within its sphere. We should be able to know how many coaches and referees we have in the state. We should have the list of players at all levels, documented, ex players as well. This will help the FA understand the areas that require crucial intervention. He also promised to develop Benue State football's ecosystem that provides opportunities for Benue citizens to combine education with their football careers. So, congratulations to Barrister Eve having emerged as the new FA chairman of the Benue State Football Association. Now, to some other news where Chief Executive Officer of Money Mitchell Group, Ebi Egbe, has given a pat on the back to the chairman of the Interim Management Committee, that's Honorable Benga Elegbele, on the success of the IMC, especially in the way they have handled the Nigerian Professional Football League season. Edward noted that the IMC has succeeded in bringing back life and competitiveness to the domestic league, a step which he said will rub off positively on Nigerian football. He said, "We have just seen a league season that is quite different, a season where clubs sweated for every point and played for something tangible. The league winners pocketing 100 million naira is quite commendable." The Bayelsa born football buff also gave a pat on the back to the IMC for taking the season ending Super 6 to the Mobilazi Johnson Arena, where clubs had the opportunity to be at their best, playing in a hybrid synthetic pitch, which is one of the best in the country. He said the arena has one of the best tops in the country, and it is one of the signature projects of Money Mitchell Sports. Our vision is to eradicate bad pitches in the country, and the arena pitch clearly shows what we can do. Egbert charged the NFF to retain the Benga Elegbele-led IMC, insisting that it is clear that the NPFL will become a league to reckon with if the IMC to consolidate on the gains of the just ended season. Well, to some other news now, this time talking about women's football, where the Barclays Women's Super League in England has sent a congratulatory message to Ashley Plumter for making Super Falcons squad for this year's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. On Friday, Coach Randy Waldrum announced his 22 players for the tournament, with Leicester City defender Plumter making the cut. Reacting to her inclusion, the organizer of the women's top flight in England hailed Plumter's conclusion. They tweeted, "Congratulations to Ashley Plumter, who is part of the NG Super Falcon squad going to the FIFA World Cup. This will be Plumter's second appearance at a major tournament with the Falcons. She made her debut with the team at the 2022 AFCON in Morocco, where they got to the semi-finals. Meanwhile, notable names like Asisat Oshoala, Zire Okbaranoze, Chiamaka Nadozie, Rashidat Ajibade, Onome Ebi, and Francisca Odiga will also be at the World Cup. Also included in the squad are the likes of Gift Monday, Michelle Alozie, Tony Payne, Halimatu Ayinde, Uchenna Kanu, and former Falconets players Deborah Abiodun, Tosin Demehin, and Rafiat Imiran. The Falcons are in Group B with co-hosts Australia, Canada, and Republic of Ireland. This year's tournament will begin on July 20th and end on the 20th of August 2023. A one-month tournament actually, and the Super Falcons are in this tournament hoping that they are going to perform well. Recall that the best performance of the Super Falcons came in 1991, where they got to the quarterfinal stage. This is hoping that the Super Falcons will go on better and hopefully get to at least the semi-final stage of the competition. Now to some other news now, where the federal government has urged Nigerians to embrace yoga as a reliable exercise for the enhancement of their physical and mental well-being. Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, Elijah Ismail Abubakar, gave the advice during the 2023 International Day of Yoga organized by the Indian High Commission in Nigeria, which held at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium right here in Abuja. He observed that yoga is a safe practice for all age group, all age groups and social background as it provides rich varieties and exercises for all body types. Elijah Smiler explained that yoga goes far beyond mere stretches and it also consists series of isometric contractions that combines with intentional breathing intervals to improve healthy living and well-being, which is said manifests by ways of improved cardiorespiratory activities, recovery from stress, increased flexibility, as well as improved respiratory energy and vitality. He added that the exercise, among others, prevents injuries, weight reduction, improves muscular strength, enhances balanced metabolism, increases mental alertness, relaxation, and ultimately harmonizes the mind, body, and soul for optimal productivity. Ismaila, in a statement signed by Mohamed Manga, Director of Press and Public Relations, Ministry of Youth and Sports, described yoga as an ancient form of Indian exercise, noted that the commemoration of the day further demonstrates the long, strong, and healthy bilateral relationship that exists between Nigeria and India. So, I mean, advice coming from Ministry of Youth and Sports for Nigerians to take up yoga as a way to improve their mental, physical, and uh, emotional health generally. Well, I will go on a quick break and when we come back, still have a lot of interesting stories for you here on Sports Orbit. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right, welcome from that break. It's still Sports Orbit reaching you from Leadership TV. Now to some swimming news now where Team Edo has won the under 18 swimming championship. The Edo State Aquatic Association team of swimmers have emerged overall winners of the National Under 18 Swimming Championship in Asaba, Delta State. The victorious Edo swimmers came first after a bumper harvest of 11 gold, 4 silver, and 3 bronze medals at the 3-day Asaba National Under 18 competition, which ended over the weekend. The host state, Delta, came second with 6 gold, while Jimmy Oshino Club from Lagos State won the third position in the 3-day National Junior Swimming Competition, which had over 50 athletes from 10 states and 4 clubs as participants. Agnes John 50 meters, 100 meters, and 200 meters backstroke. Peremo Boere Kima Kiagwa won in the 50 meters and 200 meters backstroke, breaststroke, and 200 meters were among the 6-man team Edo swimmer whose exceptional performances have brought honor to Edo State. Team Edo Girls on the first day of the championship won 6 gold medals from the 200 meters backstroke, 100 meters backstroke, 50 and 100 meters breaststroke, 200 meters freestyle, and 200 meters before the men completed the route on the final day of the competition. The competition was held to select the best athletes that will represent Nigeria at the subcontinental competition of West Africa and Central Africa zone coming up in August in Accra, Ghana. Chairman Technical Committee of the Nigerian Aquatic Federation, Mr. Nseobong Samuel, has said he was impressed with the performances of the athletes in the swimming events, expressed optimism that they will do well in the forthcoming sub-continental competition. Reacting to the performance of Team Edo at the Asaba swimming competition, the chairman, Edo State Aquatic Association Board, Mr. Clement Sunday, said he feels honored and fulfilled by his athletes' performance, saying, "This is the beginning of better days for Edo Aquatic Association. We will continue to encourage and sponsor them to participate in both local, national, and international competitions to keep them in shape and mentally ready for any big games," he added. He commended the team and coach Polan Benazimo for a wonderful outing. Meanwhile, the permanent secretary, Edo State Sports Commission, Mrs. Sabina Chikere, had commended the team Edo swimmers that won the national under-18 swimming competition in Asaba, Delta State. She congratulated the team led by Coach Polan Benazimo and the Edo Aquatic Association Board led by their chairman, Mr. Clement Sunday, for bringing honor to the state. She said, "You people have done well. We are impressed by the performance of the swimmers. Going to compete with the best in the country and come out tops is a cheering news for us. We want more of such honors. Congratulations to the team of champions," Mrs. Chikere said. Now to some AFCON news. Of course, a lot of matches went down during the weekend, and some teams are yet to book their places in the finals of the competition. For the Super Eagles, of course, like I said earlier, book their place in the AFCON finals next year, while some other teams, too, the likes of Equatorial Guinea, Zambia, too, have qualified for the 2023 AFCON. Equatorial Guinea and Zambia qualify for next year's AFCON. On Saturday, as World Cup semi-finalists, Morocco lost in their first competitive game since the Qatar heroics. Equatorial Guinea and Zambia took the list of teams confirmed for next January's finals tonight, with more expected later in the week, where a further 9 qualifications take place across the continent. Morocco qualified in March without playing but lost 2-1 to South Africa in Johannesburg to see the leadership of Group K. Since becoming the first African team to make the World Cup semi-finals, Morocco have played 3 friendlies, including beating Brazil, but a horror goalkeeping error saw them behind only after 5 minutes of the encounter. Goalkeeper Munir El Khajoui let a soft cross slip through his fingers to hand Prasitao the opening goal. Zakalele Pasa put South Africa 2-0 up early in the second half before Hakim Ziyech pulled one back on the hour mark. Zambia, coached by former Chelsea manager Aaron Grant, hammered Ivory Coast 3-0 to make sure they will take the sole qualifying place from Group H, with the Ivorians already in the finals as host of January's tournament. Serge Aurier netted an own goal from some distance out to hand Zambia an early lead in Indola and Pasindaka, and Clint Kagawa added second half goals for Zambia. Equatorial Guinea needed only a draw at home to beat already qualified Tunisia, but they beat them 1-0 in Malabo to go 2 points clear at the top of Group J. Veteran Emilio Nsue tucked away in an 85th minute penalty to secure the victory. For the Central African Republic, they would have qualified for the first time had they won their home game against Angola, but the 2-1 loss in Group E put the Angolans on course for a place in the finals. Holders Senegal, already through to defend their title, lost their 100% record in Group L as Benin Republic held them to a 1-1 draw in Cotonou. Defender Abdoulaye Seck put Senegal ahead in the first half, but teenager Abdulrachid Mumini equalized 12 minutes from time. There were also wins for Botswana and the Comoro Islands, but both were out of contention to reach the finals. The 2 top teams in each of the 12 groups qualify for the tournament, which will be hosted by Cote d'Ivoire in January 2024. Now to some other news. For Victor Osimhen is currently rated as the most expensive player in the Serie A with a market valuation of 120 million euros on the transfer market. This makes him the highest value Serie A player in history and the fourth most expensive player in the world. The Super Eagles striker has craftily sealed his name in Serie A history books, having scored 31 goals in 39 games across 3 competitions. Osimhen's brilliance helped the Partenopians to their first Serie title in 32 years. To make the trophy triumph sweeter, Osimhen became the highest scoring African in the league, eclipsing George Weah's record. The 24-year-old striker also broke Samuel Eto'o's record for the highest number of goals by an African player in the Serie A. Osimhen is a top target for many top European clubs like Chelsea, Manchester United, PSG, and Bayern Munich. The former Lille man was previously valued at 100 million euros, but Napoli are looking to demand 150 million euros for the Super Eagles striker if he will eventually be sold in the summer. To some EPL news now, where England legend David Beckham's son, that's Romeo Beckham, has joined Frank Onyeka's Brentford on a permanent transfer. According to BrentfordFC.com, the 20-year-old was signed from Inter Miami permanently on a one-year contract with an option of an additional year. Romeo Beckham spent the second half of the 2022-2023 season on loan at Brentford from the MLS side. Beckham expressed excitement after completing the transfer. He said, "It's the best feeling, honestly. I'm so excited," Beckham said. "They welcomed me from day one. It's obviously a different experience to Miami." Beckham made 15 appearances for the Young Bees this campaign. Brentford finished the 2022-2023 Premier League season in ninth after accumulating 59 points from 38 matches in the EPL to finish in the top 10. Well, congratulations to Romeo Beckham, who has been in the MLS for a while, but making the switch to Premier League. It's only expected that he will hope to emulate his father's exploits with Beckham while at United, though at Brentford. But let's see how his sojourn with Brentford pan out in the new season. Well, with that, we call it a day on today's edition of Sports Orbit. Don't worry, we'll give you another interesting and exciting package of the edition of the program, hopefully tomorrow. Do ensure that you join us 4 p.m. Nigerian time right here on Leadership TV. With that, we call it a day on this Monday edition of the program. Thanks for watching. Do have a wonderful time out there. My name is Afa Acho, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word. Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.